Hare Krishna. So, we'll continue discussing the first sloka of Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. We were doing some of the words according to commentaries of Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada's explanations. We did Ishvara Parama Krishna. We did Anadiradir. We did Sachitananda Vigraha. We started Sarvakarana Karanam we did, but Sachitananda Vigraha we started but we didn't complete. So we'll continue with that. The Sat, Chit, Anand, Vigraha. We were discussing that this is a very difficult point for impersonalists to explain that how God has a form. They like to hear Sachitanand, Sachitanand. But when they hear Sachitanand Vigraha, then it becomes difficult for them to explain how God has a form, to understand. So Acharyas explain in great details how God can have form, but the spiritual one, not material. So last time we were seeing some shlokas, some quotes quoted by Acharyas from different Shastras, from the Vedas, from the Puranas. And Srila Jiva Goswami splits these words, Sat Chit Anand. He splits it into Sat Chit Anand Vigraha, Sat Vigraha, Chit Vigraha, and Ananda Vigraha. And then he quotes to explain what is the meaning of each of them. Because Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha refers that Vigraha is Sat Chit and Anand. So we know Sat means eternity, Chit means knowledge, and Ananda means bliss. So when you say Sachitananda form, Sachitananda Vigraha, what does it really mean? Huh? So impersonalists are very fond of this saying Sachitananda, Sachitananda. But here you will see now a very clear meaning from the Shastra. What means actually that Lord has Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha? So Sat Vigraha means his form does not change, is eternal. His form does not change. Sat, Sat Vigraha. We are all changing forms, but Lord does not change. No? And okay, we'll see details. Chit Vigraha means having body of knowledge. So last time I mentioned that knowledge has this quality of self-revealing. Knowledge reveals. When you study, you're learning. Actually, knowledge is revealed. So this Krishna's body, spiritual form, has this potency to be self-revealing. Does not depend on any other cause to be revealed. It's self-revealing by Chit potency. Chit potency is Sambit potency of knowledge of the Lord, by which Lord knows everything, and then others can know God through the power of that potency, through the blessing of this potency, Chit potency, Sambit potency. And so Ananda Vigraha means that this transcendental form of the Lord gives immense pleasure to the Lord and to the devotees. Means that is abode of purest, highest prema bhakti, complete with all its components. So this is the basic definition. So we'll go and see some of the innumerable shlokas quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami. Today is all auspicious day of Avirbhav of Srila Jiva Goswami and also Vamana Dvadashi, so we are very fortunate to study his commentaries on Brahma Samhita and also from other of the writings. So here, let me see, Sad Vigraha, that his form does not change. So here, Sad Vigraha. Let me see. Okay, here. So Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Srimad Bhagavatam 10 canto, where word Satyam is constantly repeated in the shloka referring to Krishna. Satyavratam, Satyaparam, Trisatyam, Satyasya yonim, Nihitam cha Satye, Satyasya Satyam, Rita Satyanetram, Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapanna. The demigods prayed to Krishna. Oh Lord, you never deviate from your vow, which is always perfect, because whatever you decide is perfectly correct and cannot be stopped by anyone. Being present in the three phases of cosmic manifestation, creation, maintenance, and annihilation, you are the supreme truth. Indeed, unless one is completely truthful, one cannot achieve your favor, which therefore cannot be achieved by hypocrites. You are the active principle, the real truth, in all the ingredients of creation, and therefore you are known as Antaryami, the inner force. You are equal to everyone, and your instruction apply for everyone, for all time. You are the beginning of all truth. Therefore, offering our obeisances, we surrender unto you. Kindly give us protection. So here, this word Satyam, Satyam, Satyam refers to the eternity of Krishna's attributes and of course, of his form. So, Srila Jiva Goswami goes on quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam again. Devaki speaks. After millions of years, at the time of cosmic annihilation, when everything, manifested and unmanifested, is annihilated by the force of time, the five gross elements enter into subtle conception, and the manifested categories enter into unmanifested substance. At that time, you alone remain, and you are known as Ananta Sheshanaga. So here again, you alone remain. This is what it is. The Lord does not change his form. His spiritual form is not influenced by the time, by the matter, by any circumstances. He is there. Vasudeva, Vaida Agrasin, Na Brahma, Na Cha Shankaraha. When Vasudeva was there were no Brahma, no Shiva, no Nakshatra, no, there was no stars, no planets, nothing was there, but Vasudeva was there. His form does not change. So this is explained that Sad Vigraha. Sat Vigraha, Sat Chitanand. Sat Vigraha means that his body does not change, his form does not change. Okay, now Srila Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, he quotes from Varaha Purana. Let me see, here we have a quote. Okay. Yeah. Natasya prakrito murtir mam samedosti sambhava nayogitvat ishwaratvat satya rupo achyuto vibhu. Now this is very amazing. Look at this shloka, Varaha Purana. Natasya prakrito, the Supreme has no material form. Natasya prakrito murti, mamsa. Mamsa is used, flesh. It's not made of flesh. It's not made of material elements like our form. Look at this. The Supreme has no material form made of flesh, marrow, and bones. He has his form not by virtue of practicing yoga. Na yogatvat. But because he is the absolute Lord, Ishwaratvat, Satya Rupa, eternal form, unchangeable form which does not change. Achyuta, infallible, Vibhu, great. So he is the absolute Lord, the personal form of the infallible, all-powerful Lord. He is real, Satya Rupa, real form, eternal form, true form. So here, look at what an amazing quote, no? Today, the yoga clubs all over the world, for years, from Prabhupada's time, from 60s, 70s, yoga people, they say that by practicing yoga meditation, you become God. Na yogitvat, not by yoga, not by meditation. Srila Prabhupada quotes that in killing of Putana. I think I have this anyway. So Prabhupada said that when Putana came to kill Krishna, Krishna was how old? 3 years, something very small, baby. No? 3 months, 3 months old, not 3 years. 3 months old, you're right. 3 months old. And she smeared her breast, nipples with the poison. She came in beautiful form, bewildered everyone. Bewildered means it was Yoga Maya. And she took Krishna, pretending to be mother, to feed him a breast milk. but she wanted to kill him. She was sent by Kamsa. What did Krishna do? Suck her prana, life, and kill her. And nothing happened. Although he touched the poison, nothing happened to him. So Prabhupada explains that Krishna is Krishna. Nobody taught him to be God. There was no time to learn anything. There was no time to practice yoga, meditation, or some tapasya to achieve some siddhis, 3 months old baby, full Bhagavan, full power he displayed. This is God. Not that you practice yoga 15 minutes every day and you'll become God. It's a really ridiculous statement. Okay. So Srila Jiva Goswami goes on quoting so many shlokas really to explain to us that how this goes. Okay, here this is from Bhagavatam again. No one in this material world has become free from the 4 principles of birth, death, old age, and disease, even by fleeing to various planets. But now that you have appeared, my Lord, death is fleeing in fear of you, and the living entities, having obtained shelter at your lotus feet by your mercy, are sleeping in full mental peace. So now what does it show us here? It shows that actually Krishna's form is not influenced by birth, old age, disease, and death. Death is afraid of you. Death is fleeing in fear of you. No? So our form is affected by birth, old age, disease, and death, but not Krishna's form. That's what he said. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. Prakritim swamlishta sambhavam yatma mayaya. I come in my own form. Ajo, I'm unborn. I appear in my own transcendental form, and I also can withdraw anytime. I can make it unmanifested. I can show you, and I can withdraw it, like that. Not influenced by birth, old age, disease, and death. Krishna's form. So this is called Sat Vigraha. That is the explanation. Okay. Now again, we have in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami quotes Mahasamhita. Now this is an important shloka. At least point is important in the shloka. Tasya sarva avatareshu na visheshu srikaschana dehi deha vibedascha na pare vidyate kvachit. Dehi deha vibedas. Dehi, the owner of the body, and deha, the body, vibedas. There is no difference between Krishna, Krishna's soul, Krishna and his body. There is no difference. We are different from this body. But Krishna and his body are not different. They're both spiritual, both absolute. Therefore, there is no change. His body does not change. There is no difference between Krishna and his body. So here, there's no difference between any of the incarnation of the Lord and no difference between his body and his soul. Tasya sarva avatarash. Also, all avatars, all expansion, all other forms which come from Sat Vigraha, they're also Sat. They're also eternal. Okay. So, the same point, if you remember in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when there was discussion, not discussion, but there was a Bengali poet who came to glorify Jagannath and glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Swarup Damodar was there to check the poetry before it was recited in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, otherwise it hurts feelings, or will put him in transcendental ecstasy, like that. So Swarup Damodar was appointed to see that. And after hearing this Bengali poem, comparing, saying that the Bhagavan, Supreme Brahman, appeared in the wooden form and in the kind of human form, like as a Chaitanya, as a Jagannath. So he compared Lord's body to the wood. He said that it's a wooden form. So the Swarup Damodar immediately objected and said that this is wrong, that you are not understanding the properly what is Lord's body. Ishwarera nahi khabu dehi deha ved. Swarupa deha chidananda nahi khavi ved. At no time is there a distinction between the body and the soul of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His personal identity and his body are made of blissful spiritual energy, Chitananda. There is no distinction between them. Again, same point, what was quoted from Maha Samhita by Sanatana Goswami. Same thing, it's explained here by Swarup Damodar. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his commentary on Chaitanya Charitamrita, he quotes from Kurma Purana. And Prabhupada, this shloka Prabhupada quoted in Bhagavad Gita also you can find in purpose. Deha dehi vibhedo yam neshvare vidyate kvachit. There is no difference between body and soul in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so this is the proper understanding that it's spiritual, it's eternal, and is not different from the Lord. Lord does not have to change body. He may expand many bodies. This is another feature of the Lord. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. That is his openness. Again, impersonalists, they complain, no? That how can you limit God by form? No? But actually, we don't limit God by form, by ascribing form. God is unlimited. Advaitam, he is always the same, the one God. Advaitam, Achyutam, he is always infallible. He is not subjected to any material conditions. Time, factor, old age, disease, pain, any of this. And Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim. Again, Anadim we already explained. Anadi. And Anantarupam. And in spite of all of this, he manifests so many forms. And then again, Brahma-samhita will discuss Rama Adi Murti Shukala, Rama Adi, starting with Rama. So many murtis are expended. Rama Adi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishtam. Nana Avataram. Akarod Bhuvane Shukin. Hundreds and thousands of avatars comes from him. No? And all of them, Dehi Deha Vivedyo, all of them Sat Vigraha, all of them are eternal, all of them have a spiritual body. None of them is conditioned. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami goes on quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Okay, these are Brahma Prayers. Have you not shown me today that both you yourself and everything within this creation are manifestations of your inconceivable potency? First you appear alone, and then you manifest yourself as all of Vrindavana's calves and cowherd boys, your friends. Next you appear as an equal number of four-headed Vishnu forms, who are worshipped by all living beings, including me. And after that, you appear as an equal number of complete universes. Finally, you have now returned to your unlimited form as a supreme absolute truth, one without second. Amitam Brahmadvayam Shishyate. So, you see what Brahma said here, what Brahma actually said here is that from Krishna's form, first he manifested calves, not only avatars. He could manifest anything from his form. That is his power. Anytime, any place, any circumstance, any form he can assume. Brahma stolen the calves and the cowherd boys. So what Krishna did? He expanded, he manifested calves. And they were not different from him, his own form. He took form of the calf. And the proof of it is when the calves went back home to their mother cows, although they were already elder calves, at least 1 year or 2 years old, because they were taken out for grazing, and the small newly born calf will be there in Goshala with the mother cow, the cows had more affection for 1 and 2 years old calves than for the newly born one. Ever seen anything like that? It does not happen. No, except in this case. Why? Because the Krishna was that in the form of the cow. So cows, they are also attracted by Krishna. They also had desire that, oh, we want to give Krishna milk directly. If Krishna could be my calf, what would cow think? If Krishna could be my calf. Gopis, they think, oh, if Krishna could be my son. So Krishna manifested cowherd boys forms. This is his own form. He manifested form exactly how each cowherd boys look like. Not only that, same dress, and not only that, same nature he showed. He just acted in the same way, completely, perfectly, that nobody could suspect. For 1 year, nobody figured out something wrong, except Lord Balaram. He was looking around and said, Krishna, something is wrong here. But you know, by Krishna's arrangement, it took him 1 year to allow Krishna's Leela to manifest fully. So this is very amazing what Krishna did. You see, we are not speaking now about avatarism. He just took form of the calf. It's not that he created calf. He created calf also. That is different issue. But here we are speaking about his Sat Vigraha, spiritual form, in the form of calf. So this is Krishna, this is Bhagavan. If it's not like this, I'll not be 5 minutes here in the Hare Krishna temple. Because must be, God can do this thing, we cannot do. God can do whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do. Because he is good by nature, he's not doing mess around. He's always doing something beneficial for everyone. So we are comfortable, we are peaceful, we are fine with it. We have full faith in his goodness. And he's showing again and again and again that whatever he does is all good, all perfect. Just perfect. There's no other word to describe. Okay, so okay, this is the cause. Now, what it continues? No, Brahma continues speaking. Then you manifested Vishnu forms. Because I was bewildered. What is your mystic power? Calves are there, calves are here, boys are there, boys are here. Which one are real? No? Which one I took? No? So this is amazing. Huh? So Srila Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur explained this Leela again in a most amazing way. He says, how many sets of calves and cowherd boys were there? Brahma took one group of boys and the calves, and Krishna manifested another one. But Srila Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur said, who is Brahma to interfere in Krishna Lila? How he can touch Nitya Siddhas, eternal associates? How he can touch their spiritual body? He took Maya ones. That was another form of Maya manifested that Brahma took. Krishna put in Yoga Nidra real forms to sleep for 1 year because he had the purpose. Look, Krishna could just block him, you know. Brahma wanted to steal at the beginning calves and boys, and cannot. Krishna said, just press the button, blocked. No access, no password. No, Brahma, you are not allowed. And what could Brahma do? But Krishna didn't do. Huh? Krishna wanted to play his pastime. He had the purpose. So he allowed. But again, he cannot allow that his boys are, you know, taken by Brahma somewhere. What? Who is Brahma to touch Nitya Siddhas, eternal friends of Krishna from Vrindavan? There's no way that Brahma has access. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur said, he took the Maya manifested forms, which are looking again same. Brahma put them in his place. Brahma put them, turn around. One moment for Brahma was 1 year on the earth. He just put them there, look it down. What is Krishna doing? Let me see now. No? And Krishna was acting. Where are my calves? Where are my birds? Huh? You know, amazing, no? But Krishna knew, he protected them. They were safe. And then he manifested. Oh, they are there. Now everything happened so fast, so amazingly. Then, after this, Brahma was confused. Looking at these boys, looking at those boys, what happened? And then Krishna showing each this boy and calf show the forehand form of Vishnu. This is just display for Brahma. What is display? To show him that look, I'm Bhagavan. Why did you have any doubt, Brahma? What is your problem? These are all my own forms. I can do that. And this is something even Brahma could not do. This is display of Lord's pastor. Even Brahma could not show such a opulence, such a something, such a manifestation. Then here Sloka says, then you appear as an equal number of complete universes. Okay? So Lord can do whatever he wants to do. He has this opulence, he has these potencies, like that. Okay, so we'll go back to Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary. Here Bhagavad Gita is quoted. Yasmat ksharam aksharad apichotama atosmi loke vedecha pratitah purushottama. Because I'm transcendental, beyond both the fallible and infallible, and because I'm the greatest, I'm celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person, Purushottama. Now this is, again, who has all this power? Who has the body? Who has the potency to manifest everything? A person who possesses transcendental body, Sat Vigraha, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. So this is the point. Again, point is that on Sat Vigraha. Atharva Veda Gopal Tapani Upanishads. Okay, so now this is Krishna, who is free from birth and death, who is unchanging, who cannot be cut, stays by the Yamuna. That fears Govinda, who stays among Surabhi cows and who protects Surabhi cows and who stays among the coward people. Now you see here again, very clear link is to Krishna, person who performs pastimes. His form is unchanging. He cannot be cut. Cut means cannot be destroyed. And he is the one who performs all these pastimes. So this is another thing we see in Krishna's form, something very amazing that Krishna manifests in Vrindavan, and we'll discuss in the moments, we'll come to that Swayam rupa form of the Lord, the transcendental original form of the Lord. He appears in three phases, as a Kumaram, childhood, Poganda, little bit grown up, and then Yavana or Kishore age, youth, say 16 years old, and then stops growing, no more, 25, 27, 32, 48, where are my glasses? No? Krishna was very old by the number of the age, of the years in Kurukshetra. How much, 100? Maybe 90 something, because how many years left after Kurukshetra for Leela to withdraw? Some 30 years, Pandavas rule, 36. So 125 minus 36, something like that. 80, 90 years, say for example. 80, 90 years. So what was the situation with Krishna? Did he have long white beard and glasses and Arjun, give me hand, help me climb the chariot? I'm experienced driver, I'm 89. Yeah? Is there any ambulance nearby, doctor nearby, if something happened? Where are my pills? Heart problem I have, diabetes. No, nothing like that. This is Krishna. This is the spiritual body, eternal body. This is Bhagavan. This is Bhagavan. Not that the old man comes, white hair. What do I have? There's no hair. He's bald. What do you say? Voluntarily, you may say. Yeah. Aham Brahmas, I'm God, you are God. God, you're God, you're God, you're bald-headed God, you have no hair. Bald-headed God, no teeth God, Speaking Sisya because there are no teeth in the front, And this is God, I'm God, you're God. Why people follow? I can't understand. This is so difficult to understand that some people, actually he is God. Actually, he is. If he's God, he's God. There's nothing to preach to, You give me one sweet gulab jamun and then you preach to me. Actually, it's sweet. But there's no any sugar, you forgot the sugar. No, actually it's sweet. Gulab jamun is sweet. It's sweet, actually it's sweet. But you don't have to tell me. I taste it, that's it, finish. There's no need to preach to me. There's no need to advertisement. 3 people come and preach. Actually, he's good. Actually, he's good. It's okay. Show the opulence. Show. Just by seeing your form, we understand this is not Sat Vigraha. It's not Chit Vigraha, and it's not Ananda Vigraha either. So, but amazingly, people are getting, followers are there. Followers are there. So many cheaters are there. Cheating people. I'm God. I'm God. And this is really bad. This is something ignorance is misused. Our ignorance is misused by these cheaters. So therefore we learn from Shastra, we learn from... So you may say, oh, why so many shlokas are quoted? But just to explain this point, that what is God, what is his nature, what is his position. Okay, so here we are sharing the screen. And Mahavaraha Purana is quoted. Okay, all the bodies of Supreme Soul are eternal and unchanging. They never undergo loss or gain, and they are never creations of material nature. Look at what a beautiful. Sarva Nitya Shashvatas. Shashvata means permanent, not changing. Sarva Nitya Shashvatas Shadehas Tasya Paratmana. Hano Padana Rahita Naiva Prakriti Jah Kvashit. Naiva Prakriti, never created by material nature. Any of Lord's forms. No? So where is the question? Krishna is born, Krishna dies, Krishna this, Krishna... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You have no clue of Krishna's pastimes. No? Okay. So, now, this is interesting. Sripad Madhvacharya quotes Shrutis, Vedas, to explain that Lord's form does not change, is not material, and thus it is Sat Vigraha. Now look at Madhvacharya's quote, very interesting. Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumno Aniruddho Hamso Matsya Kurmo Varaho Narsimha Vamana Ramo Rama Krishna Buddha Kalki Raham Shatadaham Sahasrada Hamito Aham Anantoham Naivete Jayante Naite Mriyante Naisham Bandhana Mukti Sarve Eva Khete Purna Ajara Amrita Paramananda. Now we'll see these words a little bit. These are so amazing quote from the Vedas. Krishna said, I am Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Hamsa, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, Vamana, Raman, Parashurama, Balaram, Krishna, Buddha, and Kalki. I have hundreds and thousands of forms in this world. I am infinite. These forms are not born, nor do they die. They are not conditioned, nor do they become liberated. See that one? Naisham Bandho, they are not conditioned like we are conditioned. Na Muktihi, they are not liberated. They don't have to strive for Mukti. They're completely transcendental, nothing to do with our concepts. Baddha Jiva, Mukta Jiva, this is nothing to do with it. Huh? And then all of them are complete, ageless, and deathless, full of the highest bliss. So, Paramananda. So who say God has no form? And who say God has material form? And who say Krishna also died? Fools said. That's who said. Fools, they say. They do not know. So therefore we are studying. We are studying Shastra for that. Okay, he quotes another shloka from Skanda Purana. Alas, how illusion by the bewilderment of Maya are those persons who see the Sachit Ananda form of Vishnu as material. Look at this one. Look at the quote. No? People in illusion, they said that Lord has material form. Okay, so this is about Sat Vigraha. That Lord's form is eternal, is never changing. And all these quotes are showing that Krishna and Krishna's form are not different. They are completely spiritual transcendental. Now we'll discuss in Chit Vigraha. Chit Vigraha means having a form of knowledge. So Srila Jiva Goswami quotes the following shloka spoken by Brahma to show that Krishna's form is Chit, form of knowledge, that is self-revealing. Remember, Chit, form of knowledge means it's self-revealing, not depending on another object to reveal it. So here again we have a quote. Ekastvam Atma Purusha Purana Satya Swayam Jyotir Antadya Nityakshara Jasra Sukho Niranjana Purnadvayo Mukta Upadito Amrita. Amrita means Amrita. Okay, look at the word by word. Eka, one. Tvam, you. Atma, the Supreme Soul. Purusha, the Supreme Person. Purana, the oldest. Satya, the absolute truth. Swayam Jyoti. What is it? Self-manifested. Okay, so this is Chit Vigraha, self-manifested. Does not depend on any other cause to be manifested. It's self-manifested. Ananta, without end. Adya, without beginning. Nitya, eternal. Akshara, indestructible. Ajasra Sukha, whose happiness cannot be obstructed. Niranjana, devoid of contamination. Purna, complete. Advaya, without a second. Mukta, free. Upadita, from all material designation. Mukta, upadita, free from all material designation. Amrita, deathless. You see this, just see the words, just see one by one word. Just see how amazing description is it. Swayam Jyoti. Swayam Jyoti, self-manifest. No? Okay. So, okay, let me see. Yes, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Gopal Tapani Upanishad of Atharva Veda to show that Krishna's form is self-revealing. Again, look at the shloka in Sanskrit. Atma Buddhi Prakash, that your soul is self-revealing. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. I, who desire liberation, surrender to Lord Krishna, who enlightens the intelligent with the transcendental knowledge, thus revealing himself. Atma Buddhi Prakash. Okay? So, two things are there. That Jiva is empowered by the Samvit potency to understand Lord and to see Lord's form. This is how it goes. Atma Buddhi Prakasham. Atma Buddhi Prakasham. The intelligence is given to the soul to see the God. The knowledge, the power, the potency is given. Okay, another quote from Krishna Yajurveda, Shveta Shvatara Upanishad. Now here. Na sadrishe tishtati rupamasya, na chakshusha pashyati kaschanaivam. Hrida hridistam manasaya enam evam vidur amritaste bhavanti. Na sadrishe tishtati rupamasya. They become immortal who know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose form is not within perception of material senses. Na sadrishe tishtati rupamasya. You can't see Lord's form with material senses, who is not seen by the material eye. Na chakshusha pashyati kaschanaivam. Never you can see by material eye. Hrida hridistam manasaya enam. Whose form in the heart is seen only by the heart of love. Those who have bhaktis. Evam vidur amritaste bhavanti. And they become immortal. So you see how it's explained, no? Hrida hridistam manasaya. Form is revealed in the heart. Prakashante mahatmanaha, no? This is the point, that this is Chit. Chit Vigraha means that form of knowledge, it will be revealed to the devotees. It will be revealed to whom? Whose form in the heart is seen only by the heart of love. Those who love him. Bhaktya mama vijanati. By bhakti I can be known. So we know by chanting Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The Nama reveals rupa. Nama, the name of Krishna, has the potency to reveal his form. And this is the process. This is how it goes. You chant, then form is revealed, qualities are revealed, pastimes are revealed, then Swarupa is revealed of Jiva, like that. Okay. So, let me see. Okay. Now here the two Upanishads are quoted from Krishna Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, Katha and Mundaka Upanishad. And this is very important point to understand. Yam evaisha vrinute tena labhyas, tasya isha atma vivrinute tanum swam. He is attained only by one who he himself chooses. To such a person, he manifests his own form. Now, you cannot say, just by punya, I will achieve Lord, or by vrata, or by tapa, or by japa, or by this, by that. Whenever Lord wants to reveal himself, he reveals himself. There is no condition. Once we met some pandits, so they were chanting different chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 9 and 15th. I say, why particular 7, 9, and 15? Because we would prefer chanting maybe 12th chapter or maybe like that. So they say, no, if you chant these 3 chapters, God must appear. He must appear. You see, you have no clue that God is Swaraj. God, whenever He chooses to somebody, He appears. And not that this is also something whimsical, that lottery, you know. All right, today I'll appear to you. Bingo. Not like that. But Lord is attracted by bhakti of a devotee, to whom He reveals, to His devotees. So He reveals on His own, but we can see that there is a mercy flows when devotee has bhakti for the Lord. Then Lord is attracted by bhakti. That is the spiritual rasa tattva, that Bhagavan Himself is attracted by the potency of devotion, by bhakti. Now, so, and also, devotee is not worshipping Krishna so that, okay, now I'll worship Krishna and He must appear to me. That is not mood of devotee. He must come. I'll do this, then He must come. There is no force. There is no force. And the attitude of a devotee is what? Aslishyava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanam marmahatam karotuva yatha tathava vidadatu lampatam mat prananatastu sevanaparaha. You, Lord, either you appear to me or you don't appear to me. You are my worshipful Lord, life after life. Not even asking for moksha. No, this is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prayer. No? Not even asking for anything. Just, Lord, we want to serve you. Bless us that we can always serve you, that we can always be in association of your devotees. Then we can always have opportunity to be absorbed in Harikatha, in hearing of your glories, like that. Chanting your name, tasting reverence of your prasadam, like that. So this is the desire of devotee, not that Lord must come. If Lord comes, great. But if bhakti is there, Lord cannot resist to come. There was that famous story quoted by Jiva Goswami from Puranas about King Ambarish, who was performing great austerities to please Lord Narayana, Hari. And Lord Narayana was riding on Garuda, and he said, oh, let us bless this King Ambarish, who was doing so much great austerities. And let us spread his glories to everyone. Let them see the glories of my devotee. So Lord Narayana assumed form of Indra and Garuda form of Airavata. So they came as Indra and Airavata in front of King Ambarish. So Indra, who is Lord Narayana, he said, oh great king, I'm so pleased with your austerities that whatever boon you want, I'll give you. You ask any boon. So King Ambarish offered pranam to Indra, Indra Dev, Namo Namaha, pranam to you. But I'm doing austerities to please Lord Narayana, Lord Hari. So it's okay. Thank you very much for offering me blessings, but I'm seeking for Lord Hari's blessing. He did not know that this is Lord Narayana himself. So Lord was pleased. Oh, he didn't take Indra's blessing. Now, Lord said, okay, let me see how deep is his bhakti. So Indra spoke, Narayan spoke in the form of Indra. No, you should not refuse Devata. When Devata comes, I should not come in vain for nothing. So take advantage, whatever you want. So King Ambarish again also offered pranam and said, Indra Dev, thank you very much, pranam, but really I want blessing from Lord Hari only. For his pleasure I'm doing austerity. And then Indra said, I can give you any blessing that Lord Narayan can give you. Which is true only in this case, because this is Narayan. Otherwise it's not like that. Indra cannot do that. Indra cannot give mukti, for example, which Lord can give. So again, King Ambarish refused. That no, it's okay. Whatever Lord, if Lord wants to give me blessing, and fine. If not, I'm okay. I do not seek your blessings. I seek Lord Narayana's blessing. Then Lord acted as Indra. He said, oh, you are offending, you are impudent, you are puffed up, you are refusing my blessing. I'll take Vajra and kill you. And then King Ambarish stood with folded hands. He said, if Lord wants to protect me, he will protect me. If you not, you will be able to kill me. He just stood. He did not defend. He did not fear for his life. He did not waver in his determination to get only Lord Narayan's blessing. Then what happened then? Then Chit Vigraha, the Lord's form revealed. He could not hold. He showed, oh, that's me, Narayan. I'm so pleased. When Lord is so pleased, he just revealed himself. That's me. This is the Lord you worship. I'm pleased now with you. So this is called Chit Vigraha. He simply revealed himself when he was pleased with his devotees. And we can see this many times. He showed himself to Narada and disappeared. He showed himself to Parikshit and disappeared. To enhance their bhakti, to enhance their attack. He showed himself to gopis in Ras Leela and disappeared. So there is no control over Lord. Whatever he wants, he does. He is supremely independent, but he reciprocates with his devotees and he reveals his form in his own ways to enhance one's bhakti, to increase one's bhakti. Okay, just let's... Okay, so there are some other quotes, but let's do like this. Let's go to Ananda Vigraha, otherwise, we'll not. These innumerable quotes, okay, there are so many. It's unbelievable. But look how much care Acharyas did to explain to us what means Sachitanand. When you say to Mayavadi, Sachitanand, Sachitanand, spiritual bliss. Sat, this means Sat Vigraha, Chit Vigraha, Ananda Vigraha. Ananda Vigraha means Krishna's form is pure bliss. So here, the immediately shloka is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam, again Brahma's prayer. Oh no, this is King Parikshit speaking, isn't it? Oh Brahmana, how could the coward woman have developed for Krishna someone else's son, such unprecedented pure love they never felt even for their own children? Please explain this. Okay, so now this is the question that in Vrindavan, there were many families of gopis and gopas living there. And there were many children. Every family had a child. Now the elder gopis show more affection to Krishna than to their own children. How is it possible? Why? Because Ananda Vigraha. Ananda Vigraha. His transcendental form was so attractive. Now this is the explanation. This is the quote here. No? Okay, then Vasudeva said, my Lord, you are the supreme person beyond material existence, and you are the super soul. Your form can be perceived by transcendental knowledge, by which you can be understood as the supreme personality Godhead. I now understand your position perfectly. Okay, so two things are here. One is that your form can be perceived by transcendental knowledge. Again, Chit Vigraha. But look at the Sanskrit. Kevala Anubhavananda Swarupa. You see the Sanskrit? That this, your transcendental form, gives pleasure. Kevala Anubhavananda Swarupa. You see that? So that this again, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes this to show that Krishna's form is Ananda Vigraha. Okay. All right. So what do you expect? Another quote. Anandam Brahmano Rupam. Look at this quote. Now Mayavadi says, that's it. Brahman means Anandam, form of bliss. So there is no form. Bliss has no form. How your bliss looks like? You have any shape, any form? This is how they argue. No? But Ananda Brahmano Rupam simply means that Supreme Lord's Rupa gives unlimited Ananda. And in Sanskrit, this is a very clear meaning. There's nothing to speculate, interpret it, like that. Supreme Personality of Godhead is naturally full of bliss. Or the form of Brahman, the absolute truth, is bliss. So here, Prabhupada's quote is here. But we see that the Supreme Absolute Person is Anandamaya. Krishna, you will never see without Ananda. He is, taking care of the cows. He is dancing with the gopis. He is playing with coward boys. Anandamaya. These are Anandamaya. These are varieties. The Mayavadi philosophers, they cannot understand. Therefore, they think that Krishna Lila is Maya. Therefore, we call them Mayavadi. Everything, Maya, Neti. Not this, not that. They take Krishna also as Maya. Therefore they are called Mayavadis. Because of living entity comes in this material world, except in this material body. Similarly, when Krishna comes, they think that he also has material body. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashikam. Fools, they deride me when I come in human-like form. This is Mayavad. Krishna has no such a thing. Therefore, you will find in Dr. Radha Krishna's book, when Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always think of me and become my devotee, worship me, offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. He says, no, not to Krishna person, but to Absolute which is within Krishna. You see how they twist this. They don't accept Krishna's transcendental form. They don't accept, they think this is creation of Maya. He does not know that Krishna is not different from his body. That he does not know. Krishna is absolute. Sambhavami atma maya. Although I am unborn and my transcendent body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So this is another powerful sloka from Gita, no? Ajo pisa avyaya. Avyaya, infallible, indestructible, never deteriorates, not changing the form, unborn. Atma Maya, Sambhavami Atma Maya. I appear with my own. Now this Atma Maya, you may be confused. Oh, but they say Atma Maya, by Maya, it's Maya form. But Maya refers to spiritual potency also. You will see, we'll go to that. Okay. We'll go to that. Let's see what we have next. So now, what is the point? That in the Shastra, the word Atma and word Vigraha is used interchangeably because it refers to the self, his own form. Atma Maya, myself I came. Myself means me in my transcendental form. So Atma, word, and the Vigraha are synonymous. So why? Because Krishna is not different from his body. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami goes on quoting from Bhagavatam. You should know Krishna to be original soul of all living entities for the benefit of the whole universe. He has, out of his causeless mercy, appeared as an ordinary human being. He has done this by the strength of his internal potency. So here, Krishna menam avehitvam atmanam akilatmanam jagadithaya sopyatra dehi vabhati maya. Again, that by this potency. So here, you see the definition of Maya. Maya in these words means mercy. The Vishwa Prakash dictionary says Maya dhambe kripayam cha. Maya means pride and mercy. Maya could be translated like this. By his own mercy, he appeared. Okay, so that also refers to Sat Vigraha. Also. Why? Because Sat Vigraha means there is no other cause. He appeared by his own mercy. He is self-revealing also. No? For example. Okay, so now we come to the word Govinda, the last word in this shloka, and I hopefully we'll extend a little bit today's class, if you don't mind. A little bit, few minutes, just to go through this. Govinda. So here, Lord Govinda means, the word Govinda means Lord Govinda. This is the deepest explanation by Gokula Chandra Das. Very deep point I made now. Govinda in the shloka means Lord Govinda. Right. So, for the purpose of absorbing himself in pastimes, Bhagavan sometimes appears as a king of Vrishnis, okay? And sometimes he appears as a Govinda, Gopal, as a covered boy. In Krishna's pastimes, we see these two particular features of the Lord. One is the Gopal, covered boy in Vrindavan, and one is the prince, the king, Yadunandan, king of one of the Vrishnis in Mathura and Dwaraka. Okay, so now here the word Govinda is used in second part of the shloka. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. The word Govinda is used to distinguish Krishna's feature of Dwaraka and Mathura. Because when you say Krishna, includes all three: Dwaraka Krishna, Mathura Krishna, and Vrindavan Krishna. But when you say Govinda, it's very clearly about whom Brahma is speaking in this verse. Krishna, Govinda, Krishna of Vrindavan. That Krishna is Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. And you will see later on all Brahma's prayers finish with Govindam Adi Purusha, Tamaham Bhajami. Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, the supreme enjoyer. Tamaham Bhajami, I worship you. So this is Govinda words is used particularly to distinguish that feature of Lord which he shows in Dwaraka and Mathura. Why is it so? Because Govinda, Krishna, two-handed form of Lord, Tribhanga Swarupa, playing flute. This is the Swayam Rupa of the Lord. This is original form of the Lord. This is how God looks like as he is. When you say God, this is how he looks. This is the first form, the original form. This is how he looks like. All other forms are expansion of this first form. So this first form is called Swayam Rupa. So now calling Krishna Govinda, those who are pandits, they see this is a little lesser. You know, this is Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Jagadishvara, Parameshvara. You know, this is your glorifying Lord. Don't go in there, taking care of cows. What is that glorious about that? No, they don't understand that these are the sweetest pastimes of the Lord. These are his own pleasures, his own desire. Bhagavan lives in the village. He is not city boy. He lived in Dwaraka and Mathura, but he prefers Vrindavan. These are his pastimes. So here, what Srila Jiva Goswami does, he quotes immediately from the Shastras explaining that the taking care of cows, this is nothing to be of less dignity. This is not position. Look at this shloka, very interesting. Gobyo jnana pravartante, gobyo deva samuttitaha, gobir veda samudgirna, shadanga padaka kramaha. Sacrifices take place because of cows, correct? Because there is no cows, there is no ghee, there is no cow dung, there is no sacrifice. Yeah? The devatas appear because of cows. We know that all devatas reside in the body of the cow, correct? The Vedas with their 6 angas appear because of the cows. These cows have appeared on earth from the supreme planet of Goloka. So now what Srila Jiva Goswami tells to all these pandits who are thinking that, do we really glorify God by calling him Govinda? Yes, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with cows. Nothing wrong with taking care of cows. Because they are not understanding Lord's pastimes. The shlokas are quoted to explain that calling Krishna Govinda, the Lord of cows, is not lesser being. Rather, it is perfect in status for reveals or indicates Krishna's most attractive Vrindavan pastimes. Actually, these are most intimate Lord's pastimes. In the Gopal-tapani Upanishad, Brahma himself stated that he worshipped Lord as Govinda. Look at this shloka from Gopal-tapani Upanishad of Atharva Veda. Govindam Sachitananda Vigraha, Vrindavana Sura, Guruha, Talasinam, Satatam, Samarudhu Ganoham, Toshayami. So along with Marutas, I satisfy Govinda, the form of eternity, knowledge and bliss, who sits beneath desire tree in Vrindavan. No. So again, the importance is given to name Govinda. That Lord Krishna, who is addressed as Govinda, this is the original form of the Lord, this is Swam Rupa of the Lord, and this is the most attractive form of the Lord. His pastimes are most attractive, his form is most attractive, his associates are most attractive, his abode is most attractive. Everything is superlative, everything is number one, everything is supreme. Everything is supreme. Mayavad. All right. So we have a okay. This is discussed. This is discussed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, where the form of the Lord is depicted. So I just share a few slides. How this happened now? Okay. So Krishna Chandogya Upanishad says Krishna is one without second. But Eko Vashi Sarvagaha Krishna Idya, Eko Pisan Bahuda Yo Vibhati. Although Krishna is one Supreme Lord to be worshipped, he expands into many, many forms, many incarnations. This is from Gopal Tapani Upanishads. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he explains, Swayam Rupa, Tadekatma Rupa, Aveshanam, Pratameti Tina Rupe Rahen Bhagavan. That, you are not getting? You are not on the screen? You are seeing shed? Oh, slides are not coming? Can you see on the phone? Anybody can see? Or in the stop share and do again? Okay, stop share. Stop share. Okay, what you can see now? Okay. Share to the PowerPoint. Can you get it? Yes, can. All right. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists in three principal forms. Swayam Rupa, Tadekatma Rupa, Avesha Rupa. So those who read Chaitanya Charitamrita, they heard this, and then explanations are given. Okay. Okay, so here, Krishna's three forms are there. Krishna manifests in three forms. Swayam Rupa, Tadekatma Rupa, Avesha Rupa. This is not going, Bhagavan. Guru Bhagavan. It's not moving my slides. Okay, by rolling only works. Okay, so Swayam Rupa definition is given in Lagu Bhagavatamrita by Srila Rupa Goswami. Ananya Pekshi Yad Rupam Swayam Rupa Sauchate. The form of Supreme Lord of Personality of Godhead that does not depend on other forms is called Swayam Rupa, the original form. Okay? Swayam Rupa, the original form. This is called Swayam Rupa, his own form. Swayam Rupa. He himself, Bhagavan himself. Okay? So this is the definition. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Radha Govinda Sarva Karana Karma. Okay, this is the shloka we are studying. Now, here is the commentary of Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan on Lagu Bhagavatamrita on this shloka, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Very interesting. He says Ishvara Parama means not dependent on anyone else. Thus, he is distinct from Vilasa and Swamsha forms. We'll see later what are the Vilasa and Swamsha forms. Okay. This form does not depend on anything else. It's the first form. It's the original form. Sachitananda Vigraha. Sat means beauty. He explained Sat Vigraha means beauty. Exceedingly attractive limbs. Thus he is distinguished even from the liberated jivas, since they have difference between body and the soul. Okay. So Lord's body is even among the liberated soul, even in Goloka, his body is most attractive, beautiful. So this means Sat Vigraha, Sachitananda Vigraha. Sat beauty, exceedingly attractive limbs. Govinda, he performed these pastimes of herding the cows, and he quotes the same shloka, Go Shukta, that glorifying cows as all Vedas are revealed through the cows and yagyas are done through the cows. He quotes the same shloka. Anadi, look at this definition of Anadi. Anadi means he has no other cause. Look at this. One who is not accepted to be under anyone's control. This is how Yadavas in Dwaraka see him. Nobody can conquer Krishna. That means Anadi. Okay. Adi, one who is accepted as controlled by others. This is how Vrajavasi see Krishna. He is controlled. He is under our control. So look at Baladev Vidyabhushan's explanation of the shloka. No? This is most amazing. No? And he said, it must be. Anadi Adi cannot refer to causes because this is already covered in Sarva Karana Karanam. So why should the Brahma repeat himself? So he says, the head of the others, rules the universe by his Swamsha expansion as Mahavishnu and etc. Okay, so this is definition of Swayam Rupa. What we were studying so far. Sat, Rupa, Chit, Rupa, Ananda Rupa. All three are covered in this definition. Now that he is original, full, independent. This one. Okay. So, okay, this is the translation. Okay. Then the second form is Tadekatma Rupa. This is the definition is given. Tadekatma Rupa forms exist simultaneously with the Swayam Rupa form and are not different. At the same time, their bodily features, specific activities appear to be different. Okay, I'll show in the second what is the Tadekatma Rupa, but let's see definition. Anavesha Rupa, a living entity, Jiva, who is specially empowered by Lord with knowledge or strength, is technically called Avesha Rupa. Okay, so these are the three forms that Lord appears. Now we'll see Swayam Rupa, a little bit definition. Swayam Rupa expands it, they have two divisions. One is Swayam Rupa itself, Krishna's own form, and then Swayam Prakash. Swayam Prakash is Swayam Rupa Eka Krishna Rajagopa Murti. The original form of Lord, Swayam Rupa, is exhibited in two forms. Swayam Rupa is Swayam Prakash. His original form is Swayam Rupa. Krishna is observed as a cowboy in Vrindavan. That is Swayam Rupa. Now what is Swayam Prakash? Swayam Prakash is when one form manifests in many places and is in all respects same as the original form. Just like Krishna is showing Ras Leela, same Krishna's form, same Swayam Rupa, many forms. So this is still Swayam Rupa, but it's called Swayam Prakash because he expanded the same, exactly the same form. Same Sachitananda Vigraha, same feeling, same attributes, same, everything same, like that. But many forms are there. Okay. So now Swayam Prakash manifests in two divisions also. Prabhav Prakash and Vaibhav Prakash. Prabhav Prakash, when they are completely same, like in Ras Leela. When Lord marries 16,100 wives in Dwaraka, that's also considered Prabhav Prakash. He expands himself into many forms. These expansion, the expansion in the Ras dance are called Prabhav Prakash, according to the directions of revealed scriptures. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita quote. Okay. Now we have another point, Vaibhav Prakash. In one form, if one form or feature is differently manifested according to different emotional feature, it's called Vaibhava Prakash. Okay. Now, emotional feature is different, mood is different. Even color is different. Balaramji. Look at the Lord Balaram. From Swayam Rupa, he is Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakash, Vaibhava Prakash. So now emotions are different, mood is different, even color is different. Okay. And also, the first manifestation Vaibhava feature of Krishna is Sri Balaramji. Sri Balaram and Krishna have different bodily colors, but otherwise Sri Balaram is equal to Krishna in all respect. This is Swayam Rupa still. This is Krishna's own form, but is showing now Vaibhava Prakash manifestation. Category is different. Or, look at this. An example, Vaibhava Prakash is son of Devaki. He sometimes has 2 hands and sometimes 4 hands. The baby manifested in Mathura, no? Showed 4 hands, then 2 hands. Okay. Then we have Swayam Rupa, Gopa Vesha, Gopa Abhiman, Vasudeva Kshatriya Veshi, Ami Kshatriya Gyan. Now Chaitanya Charitamrita explained this, that these 2 features which we're already mentioning. In his original form, the Lord dresses like cover boy and thinks himself one as a cover boy. When he appears as Vasudev, the son of Vasudev, and Devaki, he dresses and consciousness are those of Kshatriya warrior. So this is what we were mentioning, that Brahma distinguished by word Govinda, Krishna of Vrindavan, who is identifying as a Gopal, and the Krishna of Mathura and Dwaraka, who is identifying as a Kshatriya. So here this distinction is given. Okay. So now, when one compares the beauty, opulence, sweetness, and intellectual pastimes of Vasudeva, the warrior, to Krishna, the cover boy, son of Nanda Maharaj, one sees that Krishna attributes are more pleasant. So that's why Rupa form manifested in Vrindavan is most amazing, most attractive. This is the Swayam Rupa of the Lord. So this is why this Brahma Samhita is so important. It's actually glorifying, defining, describing, giving us definition, qualities, attributes of the Lord as He is in His original form. Swayam Rupa form. Not Lord's avatars, not Lord's manifestation, not Lord's expansion, but Lord Himself, the original personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachitananda Vigraha. And not even Dwaraka Mathura Krishna, but Anadiradi Govinda Sarvakarana Karan, Swayam Rupa form manifested in Vrindavan. Not that not Dwaraka and Mathura Krishna, don't misunderstand this one, no? It's a but still we understand that pastimes in Vrindavan are more exalted, more. Okay, I'll simplify this. This goes on, and I'll just simplify a little bit, just show you one Prabhupada's quote. Here, Krishna says, for this reason, Vrindavan parityaja padamekam na gachanti. Did it come? Your screen share? Not yet? Shall I do again? Stop share and share the screen. Now it's coming? All right, Prakash itself manifest. So Prabhupada calls this Vrindavanam parityaja padam ekam na gacchati. Because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Swayam Rupa is always manifested in Vrindavan. When Krishna goes to Mathura Dwaraka, this is now his expansion. This is already Vasudeva Krishna. This is already form which shows the features. No? Vaibhav Prakash. Okay. It's Swayam Rupa, but it's Vaibhav Prakash. Again, it's the original form. Swayam Rupa of Krishna is two-handed form, Gopal. Okay. So here, I'll just simplify this, show you it in the chart. It's easier than go through all the definitions. It will take a lot of time. Just for those who are interested, they can have a look. So this is Swam Rupa, the original form of Krishna's carboy in Vrindavan. From that form, Swam Rupa, we have Swayam Prakash. You're not getting it? It's not on the screen again? Again. Okay. One, I'm saying. Yeah. Are you switched off that one? Or you have to switch off, otherwise. It's coming now? All right. Swayam Rupa, again manifested to the eyes of the devotees. Swayam Rupa and Swayam Prakash. Swayam Prakash, his own expansions, divided into two. Remember, Brahma Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash. So this is displayed in Vrindavan. Okay. Now from Balaramji, Krishna expands. These are all Krishna's forms. Okay. Now, when Krishna expands into Balaram, Balaram expands into Tadekatma Rupa. When his form and transcendental emotion are differently manifested, this is called Tadekatma Rupa. So this is Chaturvyuha. Lord Balaram expands into the Chaturvyuha. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. They operate in the realms of Dwaraka and Mathura. And they manifest four-hand forms, two-hand forms, as they like. They can show both features. Okay. Now, Tadekatma Rupa has two features. One is Vilas and one is Swamsha. Tadekatma Rupa has two divisions. Swamsha means his personal expansions, which are Purusha avatars, which are Kshirodaka, Karnadaka Vishnu, Garbhodaka Vishnu, and Kshirodaka Vishnu. Okay? And his Vilasa expansion, again, they have Prabhava Vilas and Vaibhava Vilas. So it's not so complicated as it looks like. Simple like this. That from Balaramji, Swayam Rupa, Tadekatma Rupa manifests. Adi Chaturvyuha. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From Sankarshan of Adi Chaturvyuha, Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha is manifested. Now you see from Dwaraka Mathura, we came to Vaikuntha Loka. So from Sankarshan of Adi Chaturvyuha, Vaibhava Vilas of the form of the Lord Narayana is manifested. From Lord Narayana, Dvitiya Chaturvyuha is manifested. Again, Lord Narayana manifests Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Each of them manifests another three forms. Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudan, Trivikram, Vaman, Sridhar, Rishikesh, Padmanabh, Damodar. And then again they manifest another two forms. Adokshaja, Purushottam, Pendra, Achyuta, Nrsinga, Janardana, Hari and Krishna. So these are all Tadekatma Rupas. Swamsha Rupas are Purusha avatars. And then from Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, all other avatars come. Avesha avatars. Okay? Now you have Leela avatars, Guna avatars, Shaktyavesh avatars, Yuga avatars, Manvantara avatars. So you can see all the avatars, all the division, everything came from where? Swayam rupa, from Lord himself. Therefore, Sarva Karana Karana. Therefore, Sachitananda Vigraha. Therefore, Govinda. Therefore, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So, okay. Um, I'll not bother you, but there are many slides with all different definitions, but all this is described very nicely in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And I will stop here today. I apologize, a little extended the class, but just we wanted to finish. We'll never finish, but kind of whatever we wanted to present it about first sloka, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. We close here now. And the next time we'll go to the second shloka, which describes the Goloka, Gokul, the transcendental abode of the Lord. So I would like to take few questions if you have. We have some questions? Okay, we have some questions. And you can also ask, anybody wants to ask any questions. Okay, so here the question is, there are other Puranas which describes Brahma as Supreme Lord or Shiva as a Supreme Lord. Why did Vyasa Maharishi written like that, although he knew Krishna is Supreme? Now this is described in the Shastra also, that different Puranas glorify different God to attract people who belong to particular mode of material nature. The living entity born in material world is covered by the Tamagun, Rajagun, Sattvagun, and combination of all those. So, person who are in Sattvagun, Sattvam Sanjayate Jnanam, they can understand, at least theoretically, that Vishnu is supreme. But person who is in Tamagun, Shastra recommends worship of devatas like Lord Shiva or Agni. This is described in the Puranas itself. Matsya Purana gives the vision of Puranas according to the people's condition, people's covering, Jiva's coverings, modes of material nature. So those who are in Tamagun, they should worship Shiva. Those who are in Tamagun and Rajagun, they worship Agni. Those who are Rajagun, it's recommended to worship Durga. Those who are in Tamagun mixed with Sattvagun, worship of Ganapati is recommended. All the vision is given in Matsya Purana. I can't remember all the shloka, it's a long shloka. 18 Puranas are divided into different categories according to the gunas. Not that Puranas are in gunas, but people are in the gunas, and Puranas are meant to that. So that slowly Jiva, who is in Tamagun, by worshipping Shiva or Agni, he will get purified, he will follow rituals, he will get faith, he will do some vratas, he will have particular style of worship that he will be attracted to. And he will be advancing by that. So slowly, all Shastras are meant to uplift us from Tamagun to Rajagun, then you shift to Devatas, you more kind of, what is that, mixture of Rajagun and Sattvagun, Saraswati worship, like that. So Indra is worshipped, Durga, like that. So for material benefits, for material enjoyment, for material blessings. And slowly again, person follows something, he does puja, he follows, he gets result, and gradually is uplifted to the point of Sattvagun. Now in Sattvagun, people can actually understand, theoretically at least, that Vishnu is God, they are more sattvic, they're more inclined to worship of Vishnu. But then you have to meet devotee, you have to meet acharya, you have to get the knowledge from parampara. And then one can transcend the mode of Sattvagun and actually take up the worship of Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, become Vaishnava, and actually worship on transcendental platform, actually worship Supreme Lord as he is. So all the Vedas gradually uplift one to that point of understanding the Vishnu is supreme. Once you understand that Vishnu is supreme, there is no need to worship any other devata, there is no need to worship anybody else. But in the meantime, if people do not know who is God, it's better to worship devatas because they are in the process of purification, than be just atheist or, just karmis running after material benefits. So it is all plan of the Lord that Vyasa have described like that for the benefit of all people, that gradually, life after life, people will come to the point of worship of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna appears in different universes by rotation. Does it mean that in other universes there are different yugas at the moment? In some universes, for example, Dwapar Yuga, in some Satya Yuga, in other universes, Kali Yuga, as we have got at present. Yes, yes. Why it should be same? In every universe may be different. In some universes, Satya Yuga, some Treta, some Dwapara, some Kali. In some universe, Lord Ram has his pastimes. In some, Krishna is having his pastimes. And in some, Lord Chaitanya has his pastimes. And in some, Prabhupada has his pastime. I speculate, I believe. I admit. Okay, which one is that one? Do the liberated soul have difference between body and the soul? Srila Prabhupada says that liberated souls, when their Swarupa is revealed, their spiritual form is revealed, he says like you have golden body and golden coat. There is no difference. But in that shloka today quoted, that refers to that Krishna has even more beautiful body than liberated souls who are different from that body. That is what is mentioned. They are different from their body till they are in the material world performing their sadhana or whatever. After that, once they are in the spiritual world, there is no difference. There is no difference. Okay? How do we understand the presence of demons in Goloka Vrindavan? When Goloka Vrindavan is attained by pure devotees, then no demons can reach the spiritual world. Yes, that we'll be discussing maybe tomorrow when we discuss this Goloka Vrindavan. Actually, in Goloka Vrindavan, there are no demons. In Gokul, manifestation of Goloka Vrindavan within material world, there demons appear. But in Goloka, there are no demons, actually. There are rumors about the demons, but they never come. Because exactly what you say, that demons cannot enter into spiritual world. So these pastimes are eternally manifested within material world in the Vrindavan manifested, which is called Gokul. When Goloka from the spiritual world manifests itself on this earth, it's called Gokul. So in Gokul Vrindavan, there demons they are allowed to come because Krishna wants to attract the conditioned soul. He wants to attract everyone to his beautiful Vrindavan pastimes. So he allows demons to come and he kills them there and delivers them. And Putana became one of the gopis' mother who wanted to breastfeed Krishna. So these are Krishna's pastimes. So don't worry, no demons in Goloka. You are right. Okay, another question then. Vrindavan Krishna, Dwaraka Krishna, Mathura Krishna, do they refer to same Krishna, Govinda, or there is any difference? Well, we were just quoting the shlokas from Chaitanya Charitamrita. That difference is in the mood, difference is in the emotional state, in the consciousness. Where Lord it's the same person, it's Krishna, same God. But when he is in Vrindavan, he manifests his most beautiful, most attractive, Madhuram, most sweet feature as a Gopal. And when he goes to Mathura in Dwaraka, he identifies as a warrior. And there is apart from Madhurya, there is a mixture of Aishwarya, his opulences. So when Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the acharyas compare, they declare that the sweetest pastimes are of Krishna in Vrindavan. So this is the difference. There is a difference in Madhurya and Aishwarya aspect. There is a difference of mood and emotions and bhav that Lord manifests. So the sweetest one is declared to be Govinda in Vrindavan. It's the same person, manifests in different emotions, different feeling. That's the difference. Please read Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's really described very nicely in detail there. Okay? Okay, so somebody is asking about this Brahma Vimohita Lila and Vimohana Lila and what happened to the cow boys which Krishna removed aside. Yeah, after 1 year, cow boys and calves are brought back. You know, the Maya one were disappeared because anyway they were illusory. And Krishna withdrew his own form from the calves and cow boys. So everything got back into normal. Don't worry, all the boys returned happily back home to their houses. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much for asking the questions. Oh, one more question. Is there a comment?
Question.
Yes.
You explained that like Ananda, Brahma, Rupam, 14 short, and then you explained that Mayavadis don't, they say that form means no bliss. They say like that form means no bliss.
No, they don't say form is no bliss. They say that bliss has no form.
I thought the form does not have bliss.
Well, they also say that form is miserable.
Form does not have bliss, but
okay, yeah.
you see.
But that's not what I said. I said that they say that bliss has no form. And then I asked the question, how does your bliss look like?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to understand. How is that? Anything we see a cow, we see everything with the form, we can immediately look at, we see some bliss there. But they're just completely, I can't understand it.
Yeah, you can get bliss by seeing other forms. Yeah, that is true. But what they say is opposite. They say that bliss has no form. Anandam Brahmam Brahma Rupam. So this is how they interpret. But we interpret that Rupa of the Lord is Anandam. But they say opposite. That Ananda Brahma Rupam. Brahma Rupa. Brahma Rupa. What is the form of Brahman? Anandam. There's no form. That's what I say. It's simply Anandam. What is the form? There's no form. Anandam. Brahma Rupa Anandam. You know how they speak. You don't know. You are a saintly devotee. You don't hear Mayavadis talking. So that's good. Okay. There are some more questions. Okay, so those who are in Sanatan Dharma, those who are declared Hindus, worship demigods. But what about Muslims and Christians? How do they follow gradual process of elevation? Well, you see, whoever has faith in God, and gets some punya for it, he advances a little bit. But Muslim and Christians, when compared to Vedic followers, devotees ask Prabhupada that is it better Christian who eats meat or Hindu who eats meat and worship demigods? So Prabhupada said better is Hindu, worshipper of Durga, maybe eating meat, but at least he's in the process. He's not offensive to Vedic deities. He will go to Krishna temple also. He'll go to Vishnu temple. He'll offer pranam. He'll take prasadam. But Christians and Muslims, they're offensive. They break the temples. They refuse prasadam. They comment on Krishna. They criticize. So it's difficult for them to advance in that way. But whatever little bit faith they have in God, whatever they pray to God, God will also reciprocate. So their faith is very preliminary, very, very lower. They're elevated. Their elevation is very much it's a slow process unless they meet devotees. Therefore, devotees, they go, they read books, they spread holy name to benefit everyone, to uplift everyone. And yes, basically they have mostly faith, blind faith, not much knowledge of God, and not much clear process of abhidaya, how to worship God. They have no clear process of, no knowledge of Sambandha, how God looks like, what He does, what are His activities, what is Swayam Rupa, Avesha Rupa. They have no clue what the form of God at all do they know. There's a question itself. So you can see that this is a really preliminary form of religion, very, very basic. Simply have faith. This is what they have. So again, they are better than atheists who deride God, who criticize God, who don't want to accept God. So there is gradation. Hari Charana Jushas Taram Tam Yashatesham. Taram Tam means hierarchy. how much one is absorbed in lotus feet of Hari, how much is one surrender, how much is one dedicated, how much one um, submerges into bhakti, you may say, this much one is closer to God. So there is big gradation from people who have basic preliminary faith to devotees who are pure devotees, fully absorbed 24 hours. So everything is counted. Every prayer is counted. Every pranam is counted. Every flower offered to Lord is counted. Nothing is in vain. But compared to Vedic, they'll be slow in progress. Unless they mean devotees, therefore go out and distribute books, spread the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. So there are some questions about different topics which we'll be covering definitely in the next sessions one by one. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai, Gaur Premanand.